By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to turn $1,000 into $1 million in the stock market. Is this possible? Absolutely. And we're going to go over exactly how we do it. Our rules are we're going to limit our time frame to 1 year. So we're not going to say, all right, we're going to do 10 years or 100 years in order to achieve this goal. No, we're going to limit our time frame to 1 year. And we're going to give ourselves some handicaps, okay? So we're not going to use margin, okay? Every single brokerage allows margin, meaning borrowed money. You don't have to just use your own money to trade. You can use the brokerage's money as well. For instance, TD Ameritrade, once you have $25,000 in your trading account, they will give you 4-to-1 leverage. That means that you can actually use $100,000 in buying power in order to purchase stocks on the stock market. This is borrowed money. The $75,000 is borrowed money. And in order to make our experiment not only more realistic, but also something that everyone can do, we're going to not use that borrowed money. We're going to use only our own money. And that's also going to make it a lot safer for anyone that takes this experiment. And finally, we want to use realistic returns. So we're not going to say we have to get 100% return every day, a 50% return every day. These are high returns and they're possible, but we're not going to say that we need these kind of returns in order to accomplish our goal. Instead, we're going to look for a realistic rate of return that can actually help us turn $1,000 into $1 million, or we're going to call the experiment a failure. Our long-term investing versus day trading. Long-term investing is much different from day trading. And long-term investors right now are losing money because in the past 30 years, the S&P 500 has delivered a compound average annual growth rate of 10.7% per year. So for a long time, long-term investors in the S&P 500, the stock index, were able to get a 10.7% increase on capital. However, the S&P 500 right now is down 33.79% from highs, meaning that if someone had invested $100,000 into the S&P 500, they are actually down about $33,000 right now. They only have about $66,667 in their trading accounts right now. And that's not even something that they necessarily expected. They're not necessarily expecting to trade the money. This is their investment. This is your retirement if you're a long-term investor right now. And the nice thing about investing, though, is it does take into account the magic of compound interest. Einstein called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. So make sure that you understand compound interest. And how can the power of day trading help us use compound interest to our advantage? So rather than the S&P 500, which is down 33.79% from highs, you may be interested in day trading where you can use compound interest to your advantage. So whereas with a long-term investment, you may get that 10% increase every year, which isn't guaranteed, by the way, as you know, the S&P 500 is down 33%. That's certainly not a 10% increase. However, with day trading, you can actually get a percent increase every single day, regardless of how the stock market is doing. Day traders get the advantage of compound interest so long as they trade with the full amount each time. And this results in a graph that looks like this, where the original amount that we trade with is going to start very small, but can grow very large very quickly, exponentially. And that's what we want to use to our advantage. And that's how we're going to overcome the limitations that we're going to go over right now. So the limitations are, as traders, we're rarely able to use every penny in our trading accounts on a single trade. In order to do this, we would have to be buying a stock that matches our exact trading account amount down to the penny. And that's just not realistic. So we have to make sure to take that into account when running this experiment. The pattern day trader rule is another problem. So the FTC limits the amount of round trips that we can take to 3 round trips every 5 trading days. Okay. So new traders must have at least 25K in their trading account to day trade as much as they want. Okay. This is a limitation. There are ways past this limitation, which I go over in previous video. And if you're interested in learning more about how to get past the pattern day trader rule, feel free to message me in our free Discord. We also want to look to find the average return necessary to reach our goal, because every trading day is different. So we want to find the average return necessary to reach our goal of turning $1,000 into $1 million within 1 year. Our returns will be compounded weekly. And this is how we're going to account for the fact that we can't necessarily use every penny in our trading accounts on every trading day. So we're going to compound our returns weekly, meaning that if we trade with $1,000 on our first week and we make $100 in profits on that first week, then we're going to use $1,100 starting on the next week and use that till the end of the trading week. And we're going to continue that process until we reach our trading goal. So we're going to compound our returns weekly so that this is more realistic for anyone who is trading with a trading account, since they can't use every penny in every trade that they take. And with that being said, we now have 3 steps to reaching our goal. First, we must determine the number of trading days. Okay, we must know how many trading days that we're able to trade in a year, because we cannot trade every day of the year. After we determine the number of trading days, we have to determine the necessary percent increase per trading day in order to reach our goal. And finally, we profit. So if that sounds simple enough, let's get into determining the number of trading days. And this is easy enough. We can accomplish this with a simple Google search. How many trading days in a year? Search, and we see on Wikipedia, and Wikipedia may not be the most amazing source, but we also see this confirmed by the New York Stock Exchange that there are exactly 251 trading days in 2022. February has the fewest at 19 trading days, and March and August have the most at 23 trading days, with an average of 21 trading days per month or 63 per quarter. Out of a possible 365 days, 105 days are weekend days, Saturday and Sunday, when the stock exchanges are closed. So there we have it. We have 251 trading days to actually place trades. This is the compound interest formula in order to determine how many days we have to trade and at what rate of return in order to turn $1,000 into $1 million. And to do that, we're now going to multiply our 251, which we know is the minimum number of trading days in a given year, by our rate of return. So let's start off with the rate of return of 1% and see how that affects our account balance of $1,000 if we use all of the rules that we talked about earlier with the compounding effect. So 251 times our 1% interest would, of course, be an increase of 251%. Okay, so a 251% return. Now, we're going to go over to our online calculator provided by Calculator Soup here to determine how much interest we would receive from our trading accounts if we traded with $1,000 with an annual rate of return of 251%, meaning that we would get a 1% return every trading day, compounded, as we spoke about earlier, on a weekly basis. And the time frame is, as we also spoke about, 1 year. So let's calculate that. And we now see that just by getting a 1% rate of return every trading day in day trading, we would get $10,000 in interest, $10,603.46 46 cents to be exact. So our total amount would then amount to $11,603.46. Not bad, not bad at all. So our $1,000 would more than increase by 1000% if we were to get a 251% return compounded weekly. And that's the mistake that a lot of traders make, is that they don't realize that their account grows exponentially. So the more money that we make in trading, the more money that we can make. The more money we make, the more money we make. Now let's go ahead and determine what our returns would look like if we're able to get a 2% return every trading day. So to get that, we would just multiply 2 by the number of trading days, which is 251, and go back to our calculator here and plug in the new amount, 502. Okay, so now we see that by getting a 2% rate of return every trading day, starting with $1,000, we would have $119,570.54 at the end of 1 year. Now, if that isn't enough to make you want to day trade, then I don't know what is. That's a fantastic return, and it just goes to show what consistency can do for your trading account. However, 100,000 six figures is not $1 million. So we have to determine the higher amount. We got to plug in a higher amount into our calculator here and determine how much it would, what kind of return we actually need in order to reach our goal of $1 million within one trading year. So 753 would be a 3% increase. 753 is a 3% increase, 3% return on our trading accounts per trading day, compounded on a weekly basis. Let's see what we get. We can see that by getting a consistent 3% rate of return on average in a trading account of $1,000 compounded on a weekly basis, we can turn $1,000 into over $1 million in a single year. $1,131,640.34 is exactly how much we would have at the end of the trading day, plus our original amount. So technically $1,132,640.34. So there you have it. We need a 3%. Okay, that's fantastic. We need a 3% rate of return every day. Just by day trading and receiving an average 3% rate of return, we will be able to turn $1,000 into over $1 million in profits in a single year. So this 3% of return on average is essential. If we can do that, then we can turn $1,000 into $1 million. It's clear as day right here in the mathematical formula, down to the penny. We need a 3% return per day to turn $1,000 into over $1 million in trading profits in just one trading year. How do we achieve this? Well, there's a few different ways for us to actually achieve this. It does take the average individual from 3 to 10 years of study and practice to achieve profitability in short-term investing. There is another way, however. We do have a group called the Rocket Trader Pro Group, where we go over consistent high probability trades live every day in the market. And this group, we just got 9.7% return on rent, which is over 3 times the return that we need. Got a 4% rate of return on December 9th, Friday of 2022, trading a stock called GRWG. It was a great trade. We took a bounce off resistance and a mean reversion back to the volume weighted average price. If you don't know what those day trading terms mean, it's no problem. We explain all of that in the trading group. On BIVI, we got a 49% return, a 49%. Think of that. So considering we only need a 3% return per day, that's more than 15 times the daily trading goal. So it would automatically put us way ahead in terms of our daily 3% trading goal to turn $1,000 into $1 million. And that was accomplished on December 8th of Thursday. Everybody saw it. on the free Discord, which you can join on the link in the description. We are holding an end of the year sale right now, limited time offer. We're taking 50% off membership fees. And right now our class is currently full. So message me in our free Discord to reserve your spot. Make sure to get in line because these classes fill up really fast. And we really can only teach a certain number of students because we have to make sure they all get a good rate of return in the stock market. Nothing is guaranteed. I am not a financial advisor, but we do have an amazing track record, which you can see here on YouTube. Your investing journey. I want you to know that no matter what path you take in order to build your first $1 million and earn your first $1 million, I'm going to be there to support you. And so whatever route you take to succeed, make it a good one. If you want to learn about the law of diminishing returns, I'm going to drop the video right here. So make sure to check that out and have an amazing rest of your day.